Okay, Vanakkam. I've known Dato not very long. I was introduced to Dato through my good friend Marin. And the first time I met him, we talked on several issues. One of it was community issues. And I was involved with two NGOs. One was the Malaysian Association of Indian University Graduates. And the other one is Lakshmi Pooja Dhyana Mantra. And these two societies have benefited through Dato's My Daddy Foundation. One of the earliest things that our society is a very small society, but in spite of that, Dato came over to our place in a talk to us and discussed about our activities. And I was talking about how we have youth activities, children activities, and also women's activities. So after hearing at length, he said, what else you're doing? I said, we have a microcredit scheme which started, and our lady is here. So we have managed a small microcredit where we give tiny loans to women to do small business. So Dato said, look, I'm not going to give money for the children's activities. I believe in women, and I'm going to prop up this fund. And he gave us a good funding, 50,000 ringgit. And that fund is still available for all the ladies. And this has really helped the ladies to do micro business. And until today, I think they have progressed to some good extent, thanks to the good advice of Dato. And also a little bit of prompting by him. The ladies have actually worked very hard to do what it is today. I think we can do better. But the other thing, as I looked at Dato, is I always admired him for one thing. He is a man who walked with kings, but never hesitated to walk along with the ordinary people in the street. Not many people are there in this world like that, you know. Either they are extreme top or extreme bottom. But here is a man who is willing to walk anywhere for the sake of community. It is not just Indian community alone, the entire Malaysian community. And what I admired him is, he always thinks deeply. He doesn't just commit offhand. And I still remember one particular incident which he shared with me. He said there was this temple that had no electricity. So a bit far away from the main road. And taking TNB was too costly. And he came up with the brilliant idea of putting solar lighting. Until today is functioning. These are the practical ideas that he always comes out with. And then when I was involved with the Indian Graduate Association, we joined with Kubin to come out with this educational program for school leaders. And one of the earliest ones that was given to Mayu, that is the Indian Graduate Association, we jointly did this program with University of Malaya. And that is a very, very productive kind of exercise where a lot of children benefited. As far as our society is concerned, we were in the process of buying a small place for our headquarters. And Dato did not hesitate. He just came, and then my friend Marin was also there. He walked up, he saw the place, he said, okay, I will give you some. And he did give us some good contribution. And he was also there to do the opening, official opening of the center. The center is still functioning. And there are so many other occasions that whenever I invited him, in Kajang we had our 30th anniversary gathering. And Dato was invited, and he, in spite of his tight schedule, came over and he talked to the community. And a lot of people who didn't know about him were really amazed at the amount of activities he has done. And the kindness, that is something I must say about this. As a medical person, I'm a medical doctor myself. And the little stories I hear from fellow doctors, especially the junior doctors, they have high words for him. The times that the senior doctors bully the junior doctors, here is one kind soul who will go and talk to the ordinary housemen, console them. And I think that is really touching, because the medical faculty people always remember that. And although you are in a higher position, you don't throw your weight from. He's always humble, very simple. And I was touched by his love, remarkable. Of course, I must at this time talk about his wife also. Athene is also a remarkable woman and very, very loving, affectionate. And at this moment, we do miss Dato very much. We have lost a very kind soul. It's not easily replaceable, I said. But I'm sure that Athene will do equally well. And with that, I'd like to thank him for supporting us, our Lakshmi Pooja Dhyana Mandal, and all the little advices he has given to us. We value them. And I'm sure Maran will know that any time we needed to approach him, it was always easy. Apart from this minority thing, his personal capacity, let me share one incident. One of my own nephew was admitted to intensive care unit in typing. He's a young fellow, but he was in ICU with pulmonary problems. I approached Dato, and without hesitation, he called up the hospital, spoke to the director, and without his help, I don't think it would have been possible. He was kept for 90 days in an ICU. Of course, unfortunately, he passed away, but even then, without his kind words, I don't think we would have got that kind of loving care. And this is not the only isolated case. He has done so many, which I'm sure the others will also share. I think, what else can we say about a great person? We all miss him. We will always miss him. Thank you.
What you picked up, something that you can never forget.
One thing which really touched me was when he came to our mandram and it was a Sunday class running. He was so much involved with the children. He went and sat with them, took a photograph with them, and really the children were like, he felt as if like his own kids. Like, I still have the photograph of him sitting in the middle with all the children all around him, and he was very, very happy having seen the children performing yoga and then saying mantras and all that. He was very impressed by it, and more than that, I feel that he was really loving person to children. I could see the way he reacted to children. The other thing, his sharp memory. When he came at that time, that's the time he was introduced to this. When we told him on the microcredit and all that. Then, very much later, about 2 years later or so, we were meeting him and Najib and all. And he came to our table. Just as he was passing by, he said, Najib, this lady is running a microcredit, which shocked me because that was a long time ago. But his memory is so sharp. He can really remember these things. These are small things, you know. And yet he could remember it. I was very surprised at the sharpness of his mind. And more than that, I like his way he doesn't talk much with people, but the way he greets you, the way he says hello to you, even if he's not your best friend, he's still a very kind way of saying hello. Really nice. And I say the same thing to his wife. She's also a very wonderful person. And I think she'll be at the back of him all the time. We always say there's a woman always at the back of the husband. I think it's very true in their case.
So nice of you. So nice.
No, that is something I noticed.
What you picked up on him was...
I don't know. I first met him because of the microcredit scheme. So when I met him, I knew what a noble person he is. You see, he was very interested in the women empowerment program. He really showed a lot of interest in how to empower women. So that's how when we first got the contribution from him, he asked me in detail how it's going on and things like that. He was asking me in detail. He was very happy about the program that women can actually empower themselves and do some small businesses with this money and all that. And over the years, we were actually upgrading him with what we were doing. So after that, I met him in the mandram again. All our activities, once in a while when we call him, he makes sure that he comes and he joins in. And I met him at the Sunday class. He was very happy with the programs that we were carrying out and all. And he showed a lot of interest in the whole Lakshmi mandram activities. And he was all the while been helping us out with the little contributions that he was giving. And we also upgraded him with what we were doing with our activities. And he's such a wonderful person. One of the wonderful person that I've met. Very noble and very humble. He goes down to the level to speak to people. Always smiling and always wants to give more. He wants to ask integrity. He wants to give more to help. That kind of person. And he goes to the grass root level to help people. I'm very touched and very amazed by his.
Since now he's not with us, how do you feel? It's a great cause, but how do you feel?
Can I say something? I feel happy today for one thing. Is that we as a small society, we managed to honor him at our 25th anniversary. He came, he didn't say, we didn't tell him anything about him honoring, being honored, but he came for the function. And I think he was a bit surprised with the Ponada and all the other things. But I'm very happy today to say that we had a chance to do that for him because we knew he was good for him. It is shocking that he is not here with us now. A great man, great soul, great soul. I'm sure you definitely bless with him.